Coming at you with a different video than what we normally do. We've been bringing you, I believe, movie videos.
Yes.
Every single time.
Exclusively movies.
And the title is Arguments About Nothing, and we've only given you one thing. So we'll come out with something else, something new. Don't even know if this is going to go online. It might. Who knows? We're big sports fans. As you can tell, we usually wear sports attire everywhere we go. You see this Notre Dame calendar, sadly, in the background.
Go Irish.
That's his, not mine. We're here to talk about sports. We're in a interesting time in sports. We're right in the middle of football season.
Yep.
We're at the very tail end of baseball season.
Yep.
Hockey just started, and MLS is coming to
an
end, as well as NBA will be starting in, I believe, a week.
Yeah, preseason and around Halloween. I know, so about a week, you're right.
Yeah, so a lot of interesting
NBA already, that's crazy, okay.
Well, NBA is like, it's one of those seasons that just almost like it never ends.
I think it was because of the, USA basketball thing.
No,
I was following that, and then...
Yeah, if you're really following basketball a lot, it almost never ended this season.
Yeah.
Or this year. But it goes from, October to April.
It does.
So it means May, June, July, August, and then September is a little preseason, but... Yeah, it's
like baseball, they should shorten their season.
Well, they're talking about that actually.
It will never happen because of money.
Oh no, it wasn't season. It was games. They're going to shorten games down like a minute a quarter or something, 2 minutes a quarter.
That's great. We get less basketball for our money. Fantastic.
That's true. And basketball tickets are expensive. A lot. Well, I mean, here in California, the Warriors are they're the Kings, but. The Warriors are really the only team that puts on a competitive team. That doesn't make sense to go actually watch.
Yeah.
So basketball. I guess we'll dip into a little. We want to do baseball first. Baseball's gonna be. I'm sorry if you're a Royals fan or a Giants fan. It doesn't even say what teams we like. I mean, if you'll probably see from the stuff that we wear, but. I'm not a fan of this World Series.
I'm not either. It's, I've predicted it's going to be one of the lowest viewed World Series in a long time.
The Giants have already given baseball the lowest watched World Series of all time, and I believe that was against the Rangers. Who did they play last time?
Was it the Tigers or the Rangers?
They played the Tigers last time. That one was pretty low, but I know the Rangers was really low.
And we live here in the Bay Area, and all we hear about is complaints about the Giants fans. They don't get respect from the media. They don't get respect from this side. Just nobody cares. Mm-hmm. Quite frankly, if you look at a national audience, they're not watching you. So why would a national broadcast like ESPN focus on a team when the majority of the viewers don't care?
That's a good point. People can say, East Coast bias. One of the most talked about teams in sports is what basketball team? The Los Angeles Lakers. They're on TV. They're on ESPN once a day. It's Kobe, but still, it's the Lakers, right?
It is.
So, I mean, there is an East Coast bias, but it's just the West Coast doesn't produce ratings unless your name's Kobe Bryant. That's all.
Unless you're in the LA market, really.
No, because even no one gives a shit about the Angels.
No.
They have Mike Trout, who's a great player.
The Clippers they do now because they're winning.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of Clippers.
Why do we hear a lot of Clippers?
Well, no, even before that, though, the Clippers are on TV a lot. There's
because the Clippers have the sexy team where it's a Blake and CP3 and stuff like that, and they're the cool team.
I will say the Niners do get a lot of respect though, but they've won a ton.
They've been in the NFC Championship the past 3 years. So
and then they've won 6 Super Bowls?
Five. It's 5 Super Bowls.
That's right, Quest for 6.
Yeah,
sorry.
Quest for 6. I see that shit all the time. It pisses me off. Quest for 6. So the Quest for 6 past 3 years.
We're going to stick on this tangent. I do not like Bay Area sports fans. I do not.
Yeah.
I respect Warrior fans, and that's about it.
Sharks fans are fine, but we don't
Sharks fans are... That's true, but...
Sharks fans are really dedicated to their team.
They are. The problem is... you got to go a little bit farther south, I think, for that.
Yeah, we're pretty up in the North Bay.
We're about an hour from San Francisco, 40 minutes from San Francisco, and San Jose is another half hour from that. Mm-hmm. So in general, I don't see. There's not a whole lot of Shark fans around us.
Oh yeah,
and a lot of our fans are hockey a lot of friends.
Yeah, that's true.
Colleagues.
Yeah, but we get a small sampling of coworkers, Facebook friends, actual friends we talk to in real life. But it just seems like.
It's never the team's fault.
The Nuggets fans can't understand that they can lose.
They can't.
Like,
They don't get it.
Here's a lot of it is like a lot of these people are bandwagoners. Here's a lot of it is like a lot of these people are bandwagoners. That's the problem. When you get bandwagon fans, you get teams that haven't watched the product in the past 5 years, and they don't understand that the Niners used to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. I remember watching it was like fucking Mike Singletary and Alex Smith, and it was terrible.
It's like 2004, 2010.
Yeah,
they were terrible.
They were terrible.
6 years of god awful.
Yeah, just nothing. They were putting a horrible market or a horrible product out on the field. But then they started drafting some good players. They started drafting Patrick Willis. I mean, they started using Frank Gore.
Davis, Crabtree.
Vernon fucking sucks. The defense is what makes this team, and the defense sucks this year. And guess what?
They're average.
3-3, or 3-4, 4-3, 4-3.
They just, I don't know. And don't get me wrong, there are loyal fans. There's good fans. There's fans that understand. I'm not saying everybody, but in general, I've never heard anybody complain about calls or lack of respect or not. It's like,
yeah, and it's true.
I don't get it.
And it can't just be us, because when I go on Facebook groups and stuff like that talk about the NFL, people even there are like, "Oh, Niner fans complaining about calls," and it's like, okay, obviously it's not just our small smattering of friends. Everyone sees it. It must be a Niner thing, because it's like we can't lose games because of calls.
No, and I think I've talked to you about this. It's like you go to these, I think it's the bandwagoners, and there's people that just, they're looking to pick fights with you. Plain and simple. They drink too much. There's just a video of a couple weeks ago, a Niner fan beat another Niner fan up in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he tried to tell the others a stall open.
Yeah,
and now he's half paralyzed.
Yeah.
But it's like that Giants games, it's gone up. Niner games, it's gone up.
Well, what it is...
There's more arrests now at Niner games than Raider games. That says it all.
I don't know how this is going to come out, but it's a lot of Raider fans jumping ship to Niner fans. Jumping ship to be Niners. And the people that go... I want to say this right now, and I don't care who I offend. The people who go to games and fight other people are not real fans. I don't give a shit. I know we know people that have done that, and I don't care. But you're not a real fan if you have to go out and have a fight with someone. You're an
it's an idiotic. I'm not going to say you're not a real fan. It's an idiotic thing, and they lose sight of perspective.
If you're looking,
they lose sight. Look at it like this: you're not playing. I get it. You're a fan. You're not on the field.
Yeah.
You're not on the field. What are you fighting about?
If you're looking to start fights, obviously if you're defending yourself, totally different situation.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, why are you fighting? Like, I've been approached to what's up? Like, go start fights when I went to Niner games. I'm not a Seahawks fan, obviously, but I wore a Seahawks jersey to a Niner game because I like trolling fans. Also like Russell Wilson, and I like to see the Seattle area. So I went, and an old guy, like 20, 30 years older than me, tried to approach me for a fight. Like, bro, really? Like,
we're perfect cases. We're not aggressive people, really, by any means.
No.
But we happen to be fans of... My family grew up in Chicago, so I'm mostly Chicago, Midwest-oriented with my team base.
Yeah.
You're kind of all over the map, so when we go to games, we're not wearing Bay Area gear. But I swear there's like somebody that has to try to say something smart. They're like, I can tell they're trying to nudge me to do anything so they can start a fight. And I have no problem with verbal ribs. I expect it. And that's perfectly... But it's like when beers have been thrown, like that's when you cross the line.
I think...
It's like...
I said I've never really... That's the only time I've ever been... I mean, it might be because I'm a lot bigger than you are. And like my size probably intimidates a lot of people. But it's like... That's the only time I've been approached, like, verbally. I mean, I go to A's games when I'm Mariner Hound, but no one gives a shit about A's games anymore. Like this year they do, but when I went, no one cared. There was, like, maybe 5,000 people in attendance. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, but those I feel like those 5,000 fans are more loyal than the Giants fans.
But that's exactly the real fans who aren't going to fight people.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. They're real fans who go to watch the game and support the team, not go to get drunk and fucking pass out in the parking lot and go, oh, I'm just going to fight someone. That's what I'm saying. Like, the people who showed up to the A's games before they were good, like last year or 2 years, I mean, they've been good, but they haven't been like,
they're competitive.
I feel 100% safe walking into the Odaco Arena with my Mariners hat on. Fine. Because a lot of A's fans are cool.
Mm-hmm.
they're like, oh yeah, like it's A's or whatever. Plus, I don't start shit, whatever.
Exactly.
But I would never. I wouldn't go to a Niner game with my.
I don't know if I would. I don't.
It's and the sad thing is they moved it to a lot better part of the Bay Area, like neighborhood.
But the same fans are going, and I
understand. I mean, Candlestick used to be in the ghetto. It used to be in the ghetto.
Well,
like
Candlestick's in the ghetto, but
one of the Niners used to play used to be in the ghetto. 1 block away was where a lot of murders and prostitution happened. Now it's in beautiful white Silicon Valley, and this happens. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't know what to say.
But anyways, we'll get back to Baseball World Series.
Yeah, Baseball World Series. Well, let's just
on paper, neither team has. I'm Buster Posey. I believe it or not, I read he was second in jersey sales this year behind Jeter. That's crazy to me.
That's actually really crazy.
Very, very surprising. So Buster Posey is a big name, and Bumgarner has now thrown himself in big name. But really, that's it. It's not a whole lot of big names.
Yeah. Well, there's no big names on the Royals. Like we know all the Royals players because we follow baseball.
I don't. That really.
We don't know all of them, but I mean we can name like a good amount of them. But yeah, there's no guys who they can. That sucks for ESPN and Fox. There's no guys they can flash on the screen for the Royals. Like, oh yeah, I want to tune in and see that guy.
James Shields maybe.
No one wants to see James Shields. I'm sorry. James Shields is watching, I apologize, but no one's tuning in just to see you. You're not going to strike out 12 guys.
I get that, and that's why I said it's going to probably be the lowest rate. They'll probably get some in the beginning, because the Royals haven't been there in, 29 years or something?
There is a little bit of a unique factor to this one, because there is a team that hasn't been for a while, too. All right, so, let's do something positive, so we're not just running down everyone. Who are you picking for the World Series?
I want the Royals to win. I think the Giants will win.
And the Giants will win? I think... And when I know the Giants are going to win, there's a sinking feeling in my heart because I know I don't want to pick them, but I know they're going to win.
I have a feeling. And Bruce Bochy has got to be the most underrated manager. These rosters he's dealt with, and he's making it the World Series over and over again. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Bruce blows my mind.
Yeah, it's the very special game. But I wouldn't say much to that one. I think the Royals are going to win. I think the Royals have, and I've always said this in a sport, you take the hottest team and you ride them. And the Royals are the hottest team in baseball right now. They haven't lost in the postseason. They find ways to win. They find ways to win to bat runners in. The Niners, the Giants, I'm not going to say they've gotten lucky because I hate that in sports, but they have gotten a lot of great breaks.
That's a problem. That's just what it is. It's hard to explain. It doesn't make sense. It
I know, but
they've won on a wild pitch. They've won on an
errors,
it doesn't make sense. But the Giants, they find a way to win.
But
I hate it, and it bugs me. But
that shit's gonna run out.
I've said that through 2 World Series. It doesn't with this
I'm going to go to the Kansas City Royals. When do they come back to Kansas City? Game 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Game 6.
Yeah, it's a 2-3.
The Royals.
Okay.
I think the Royals.
I hope you're right, but
I think the Royals take both games in Kansas City, and they steal one in San Francisco.
Bumgarner's not losing, but
Bumgarner isn't going to lose. But guess what? It's going to be 0-0 going into the 9th.
We'll see. I think you're right.
Bumgarner has lost, just so you know. He has a loss in this postseason when he done a dumbass shit and threw the 3rd and cost himself the game. Big L on his forehead.
It's fine.
All right. So that's our predictions.
Okay.
How much time have we been talking? Yeah, whatever. We'll just keep talking. Yeah, that's online. Who knows? We'll see. NFL Week 7 just ended.
It did. A sloppy game by my Texans. Did not end on a good note for me.
Yeah, Monday Night Football was super not interesting after the second half. I mean, we were doing other stuff, so I didn't really watch it, but I know that not a lot should happen.
At the end of that first half was crazy. I mean, it was crazy from a football standpoint.
Yeah.
They scored, 24 points in 3 minutes or something?
23.
23. That's not...
Yeah. Oh, no, that makes sense. 23, 7, 14, 20. No, yeah, it was 20. Yeah, I guess it was 24.
That.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a lot, but it just sloppy game.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, like you said, and I agree with you, is the worst starting quarterback in the NFL, not named Geno Smith. I mean, you could say that, Colt McCoy is the starting quarterback, but that doesn't count.
RG3 was, and he got hurt.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying who's starting Week 8? Colt McCoy starting Week 8. I'm just saying I would take Cole McCoy over Ryan Patrick right now.
He doesn't look good.
No.
And I defended the signing and stuff before the season, and I look bad.
Do you think that they should have taken Johnny Manziel?
I don't.
I mean, obviously, Captain Obvious kind of has to come into play there, where you don't really know what's going to happen. Captain Obvious, Captain Hindsight, has to come in because you don't know. You didn't know at the beginning of the season Clowney was going to be an injury bust, but
no.
But I mean, they were going to go after what's his face, Garoppolo, but he got taken already.
He got taken. It looks bad now they didn't take Carr in the second round. He's looked real good.
Sure. They weren't going to.
Blake Bortles has looked inconsistent. His team's terrible, but he looks like he might be okay.
He's running. He's the leader. Well, not after before this week in Denard Robinson's amazing game. He was the leading rusher on the team.
It's just a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you start Toby Gerhardt as your running back.
Teddy Bridgewater started good, but he's real bad the last 2 weeks.
He's on like one of the worst teams in the NFL. The Vikings are just god awful. I couldn't tell you besides Cordell Patterson, who else is on that offense.
I think they still have Greg Jennings. I think he's still in the league.
that's how it goes.
The good news is I think it's supposed to be a good draft class for the Texans, quarterback wise.
Mm-hmm.
Mariota, the guy from Baylor, Bryce.
Oh yeah,
Bryce Brown.
Bryce Brown. Yeah.
No,
it's not Bryce Brown. It's
Petty.
Petty. Yeah. I'm not really following college football really that much.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. I
know.
You're not quite as much. So.
No, yeah. I mean, I'll follow. I'll watch some of the bowl games and stuff, and I'll kind of follow USC, but they always start shit in the bed in week 4, so there's really no point in keep watching. I don't know where else we go with this. I mean, we can't really give you predictions on week 8 because it's Monday.
It's Monday.
It just happened. Maybe we could do that on Thursday. Give you predictions on our week 8 predictions.
NFL picks.
Yeah, NFL picks. Yeah, definitely. All right, so this is just a test. It's our pilot run of sports talk. Next time we won't be so negative. I think we got to get a lot of our opinions out there. Plus, there's not really a lot of sports stories going on.
No, as we said, there's a
no
lot
big
building.
hitters.
It's a lot building. NBA's on the horizon. Football's kind of getting the meat of the schedule, and the World Series starts tomorrow.
Yeah, World Series is the biggest thing.
Oh, it's sad. The NFL's still going to get better ratings.
Obviously, the NFL gets better ratings, period. You could put the Yankees against the Dodgers, and you're still going to get better ratings than the NFL. Nothing beats the NFL in America.
Not if you have, like, the Jags and Titans.
Oh, well, I'm not saying, like, a local market game like that. I'm talking about the Fox National Game of the Week. Like, if it was the Cowboys and the Giants, that's going to get a lot more coverage, a lot more viewers than any baseball game. That's how it is.
That's how it is.
That's how it is.
Baseball's unfortunate. Well, I don't know if it's unfortunate, but I think it is on the decline.
Like, what do you mean?
In general, I think.
Like, just entertainment-wise?
Entertainment-wise, I think there's less interest now than there was 10 years ago. I'd have to look up numbers to back me up on that.
Well, it's a personal opinion.
Granted, I'm a Cubs fan and they're rebuilding, but I just in general baseball interest I don't have as much as I used to. I never.
I mean, it does suck when like your team is inconsistently out of it. I mean, I was a lot more interested this year. The Mariners were in it to the end, but even then, I could not.
But tell me, let's say we've got a football. Football's not fair. Everyone loves football. We're gonna say soccer. You have a soccer team with teams A and B, or you have baseball with teams A and B. What are you gonna watch?
That's different. Am I talking? Wait, okay. There's a lot of variables. Baseball is it any of my teams, or is it the Mariners?
No.
So I'm talking about like the Cardinals versus the Pirates. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I guess both teams are good. Yeah, Cardinals, Pirates.
And we're just talking about regular season.
Regular season.
Okay, regular season Cardinals, Pirates, or regular season like what type of soccer are we talking about? Are we talking about EPL? Or are we talking about MLS?
Either or.
I would probably go soccer just because it's a more interesting sport on television.
That's what I'm saying. Would you said that 10 years ago? No. You wouldn't have.
Well, that's because 10 years ago the MLS wasn't on TV.
Really. It's true. But we weren't even talking about the MLS. I guess soccer in general isn't on TV, but that's my point. Now it is.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the World Cup really helped this year for USA. A lot of people got into it, which is awesome. So to help bring America over, I mean, now NBC Sports has the whole Premier League,
MLS is on
and
once a
MLS is
week.
on at least once a week on ESPN, and like everyone has their local teams on their channels. Although here's the thing though, I wouldn't watch the Earthquakes play if they was playing a random team. Like I would probably find something else to watch. But if you're talking about if I had to pick
Well, okay, let's
a
say.
sport, then yeah, I guess I'd pick soccer. But I wouldn't watch like the Earthquakes play the Rapids.
Well, let's say it's San Jose versus LA in the MLS, or it's, I don't know, the White Sox and Yankees in baseball.
Oh, if I have to?
Yeah, and like one's on, you want
Oh
to
my
watch
God.
that sport. Wait, don't watch either?
Well, yeah. First of all, I probably wouldn't watch any of that.
Okay, alright.
I'd find a movie to be completely honest with you over that. But if I had to, if it's it's gonna make no sense whatsoever. If it's Sunday Night Baseball, I'm watching that.
Okay.
I like watching Sunday Night Baseball sometimes, even though it's like I don't give a shit about the two teams. I like the presentation. I hate John Kruk, but I like the guy he commentates with. I like the presentation, so
Okay.
I'd probably
That's
watch
fair.
that. I'd probably watch that. If you're talking about the Earthquakes, if it's the Sounders, I'm watching that shit over anything. I'm watching the Sounders over the Mariners.
Wow.
Unless it's like the playoffs. I can't watch baseball on TV anymore. It's so boring. I can't watch it. I'm going to have to watch the World Series because it's going to be either on at my work or my dad's going to watch it. And I'm going to be bored out of my mind. Like, I swear to God, while I'm watching the World Series, I watch it like this on my phone, and I like watch right through my phone to see the TV after every pitch.
I don't plan on watching the World Series.
Well, yeah, you don't, but you're not forced to, though. That's the thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I see what
It's
you're
gonna be done. It's gonna be on downstairs every game. All right. Well, that's a good first start. I think a lot of this channel isn't gonna be very scripted or